All right, let's talk about it. You know what I'm talking about. That huge, kind of overwhelming pile of family photos. Well, today we're going to finally tackle that beast. We're going to take that mountain of memories and turn it into a story you can actually enjoy and share.
Sound familiar? I mean, are you just buried in photos? They're overflowing from boxes, right? Stuffed in drawers, hiding in the back of closets. It's a super common thing. And that sheer volume, it can feel like a real weight, making it feel totally impossible to even know where to start.
You know, it's way more than just clutter, isn't it? For so many of us, those shoeboxes, those dusty old albums, they're a source of real stress. It's like this constant, nagging reminder of a project that just feels way too big, maybe even too emotional to deal with. But what if we could totally change how we look at this whole thing? Okay, this right here, this is the absolute key. It's a huge shift in how we think about this. We are not just decluttering, no. We are curating. The goal isn't to have the most photos, it's to have the best photos. We're looking for quality over quantity, and we're going to transform that mess into a real story.
So, here's the big idea. I want you to start thinking of yourself as the director of your family's movie. Seriously, a film director doesn't keep every single second of footage they shoot, right? Of course not. They pick the absolute best, most powerful scenes to tell the story. And that is exactly what we're going to do.
All right, so where do we even begin? Well, it all starts with preparation. Let's talk about setting the stage for success, because getting your workspace right is going to make this whole thing feel manageable, not overwhelming. Okay, let's break this down into 3 simple steps. First up, you've got to centralize everything, and I mean everything. Go on a treasure hunt through your house and bring every last photo into one single spot. Trust me, you need to see the whole picture. Second, get your supplies ready. We're talking empty boxes, some index cards for notes, and this is super important, photo-safe pencils. Don't use pens, they can leak and ruin your pictures over time. And finally, step 3, set the mood. This can be a trip down memory lane, so put on some calming music, maybe a podcast, whatever helps you focus and feel good. Okay, our space is prepped, we're feeling good. Now it's time to dive in and sort your life story. This is where we start to find that narrative thread in all the chaos.
So, you've got 2 main ways you can go here. First, there's the chronological sort. You basically lay out a rough timeline of your life, and hey, don't get hung up on perfect dates. A general order is all you need. The other option is a thematic sort. This is where you group photos by, say, people or places or big events like holidays and family trips. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just about what makes the most sense for your family and your story. What feels right to you?
All right, deep breath. We're moving on to the art of editing. This is maybe the most important and, yeah, probably the toughest part of the whole process. It's time to put on that director's hat, for real.
But before we get into the nitty-gritty, I really want to frame this for you. This is not about loss. It's not about throwing away your memories. It's about focus. It's about clearing out the noise so the absolute best, most meaningful memories can really shine.
So, what actually gets cut? Let's make this simple. Think of it like a checklist. We'll start with the easy wins. Duplicates, blurry shots, the ones where your thumb makes a guest appearance. Then we get a little more ruthless. Did you take 20 photos of the exact same pose at that birthday party? Yeah, you don't need all of them. Keep the best 1 or 2. Same for those random landscape shots with no people in them. And yes, I'm giving you permission. It is 100% okay to get rid of photos of people you have no idea who they are. And see, this brings us right back to being the director. You're just cutting the bloopers and the extra takes. Think about it. When you show your family these photos, you want them to be excited, right? You want them engaged with the masterpiece, not falling asleep scrolling through endless repeats. That's what this is all about.
Phew, the hard part is over. You did it. Now comes the really fun part, preserving and actually enjoying your work. This is all about protecting and sharing your story.
Okay, let's talk preservation. Some quick do's and don'ts. Do use those photo-safe pencils to jot down names and dates on the back. Do store them in acid-free, archival quality boxes. And please, do digitize your absolute favorites. That digital copy is your backup plan. Now for the don'ts. Don't use pens that can bleed through. Don't store them in plastic tubs that can trap moisture and ruin them. And here's a pro tip. Don't forget to copy any info, names, dates, places, from those old envelopes onto the back of the photo itself before you throw the envelope away.
So now that you have this amazing, curated collection, what do you do with it?
Please don't just stick it back in a box in the closet. Let's bring these stories back to life. You could create beautiful photo books, or here's a simple one. Just put a small stack of photos in a nice tray on your coffee table for people to look through when they visit. And oh, this is my favorite idea. Get your phone out and record your elders, your parents, your grandparents, telling the stories behind these photos. You're not just saving a picture, you're saving the whole story.
And just like that, you've done it. You went from a chaotic mess that maybe even caused a little bit of stress to a beautiful, focused, meaningful story. A collection that people can actually look at and enjoy. This is your family story, curated and told through its very best moments.
So from now on, I want you to remember, you're not just an organizer. You are a storyteller, a historian for your family. This collection you've built is a powerful tool for connection, because in the end, it was never about what you got rid of. It was about what you chose to highlight, what you chose to save. So now, what story are you going to tell?